Hashtag End Bad Governance. Over 1,000 protesters currently in prison custody, Amnesty International says. I know that the DSS, the police, and the military have gone around all the states where protests is going on and arrested a lot of people. And just like what happened during the EndSARS period, this End Bad Governance is going to have some people left in the custody for a long time, I'm telling you. Already in the north, some have been planned for sentencing, because of this same protest matter. Quite unfortunate that what we're dealing with is dictatorship in the democratic setting. Quite unfortunate. Really, Tinubu government, I don't know how they are going to move on with this. So according to the Amnesty International, at least 632 protesters are being held in Kano State, while over 109 are being detained in Sokoto prison custody. Amnesty International, global human rights organization, has reported that over 1,000 Nigerians who participated in a nationwide protest against worsening hunger and misgovernance are currently being held in prison custody across the country. So the organization criticized the administration of President Bola Tinubu for responding to the peaceful protest with a crackdown rather than addressing the economic issues that are exacerbating hunger and harming families. So according to the Amnesty International, at least 632 protesters are being held in Kano State, while over 109 are being detained in Sokoto prison custody alone. So the organization expressed concerns over the mass arrest and called for a more constructive approach to addressing the protesters' grievances. So in the statement shared on X, formerly known as Twitter account, the organization wrote, instead of addressing people's concern on the economy, the Nigerian authorities embarked on crackdown. So far, over 1,000 people have been remanded over the protest against hunger. At least 32 protesters have been remanded in Kano, while over 109 were remanded in Sokoto prisons. This is bad. This is bad. So obviously, Tinubu's government has turned to a dictatorial system where people do not have freedom of speech. The press cannot have freedom. Journalists cannot have freedom. We saw what happened in Abuja, where the DSS mask came and were shooting protesters around the stadium and also shooting the vehicle carrying or conveying the journalist, and a lot of them just narrowly escaped bullet wounds. This is very, very terrible. And now a lot of people have been put in prison for no reason, for protesting for their right. This is quite unfortunate. Now they went and paid counter-protesters, which Nigeria, I don't know how Nigeria is going to get better. Why people are saying things are bad, let's get it better. Some are being paid to sabotage that effort. And if you look at these people that are being paid, not that their life is better, they are also suffering. They are also suffering. So when will things get better in Nigeria? That is the problem. How can people sit down and be used by government to cause mayhem? People are coming together and say things are not the way they should be. Let's get things right. Why some people are surrendering themselves to the government because of their tribal bigotry or party or religious bigotry and sycophancy, allow themselves to be bought over by a corrupt system to cause problem, to sabotage the effort of people trying to make sure things are done rightly. Hi, Nigeria, suffering continues. I'm telling you. NYC, now your suffering continues. That is what Nigeria is. It's quite unfortunate. Really, really, really unfortunate in Nigeria. Please let the federal government stop this useless organization from operating in Nigeria. Can you imagine? Somebody is now trying to blame Amnesty International now. So the organization does not see the havoc the said protesters perpetuating, looting shops, warehouses, etc. in the name of peaceful protest, which government anywhere in the world would allow such. It is high time to get them packing because they are of no use, always causing bad name to countries where they operate. That is what you think, Abi. Amnesty International, please be reasonable. Did you call the protest in Kano and other cities in some northern states, including Yobe, Jigawa, Katsina, and Niger, peaceful? You are an enemy of this nation. Please shut up. Can you imagine? Arresting protesters and putting them in prison will bring more damage to the nation. Exactly. They don't understand. They don't understand. Tinubu should keep them because the next action is to fight the military and senators. Now, wow. So the so-called Amnesty International have outlived their usefulness and most times going beyond their core mandate. So the government should just continue folding arms while lives and properties are being destroyed in the name of protest. Meanwhile, I'm yet to read anything from the same Amnesty International against the government of the UK, who went all out, including going into individual houses to make arrests for destruction of properties during the current protest in that country. What a double standard. Criminal protesters are not just being arrested, but already being jailed in the ongoing protests in the UK. So history is in the making. President Tinubu is setting a bad precedent for future presidents and governors in Nigeria. It is erroneous to call him a Democrat. Does this suggest that their demands aren't genuine? That is the question. They were there to arrest, so no cause for alarm. At least they should let them rest for about 6 years. Can you imagine? Yes, they must pay for the looted infrastructure and the burnt ones. So I hope Amnesty International distinguished between protesters and rioters, looters. See what the UK police is doing to rioters there. Showore reporters, fake news. Can you imagine? Showore reporters. Tinubu, you better release them now. We are not begging you, but ordering you, Nigerians have said. Ihe Garaya. So who is that Amnesty? A faceless Amnesty with no representative. This blogging is the handiwork of Opera Mini and its agencies. Can you imagine? It's putting it on Opera Mini. So the thing here is that definitely there are people that are out there to cause mayhem. We quite understand that. And can you prove that all the people that have been arrested now are the people that have caused damages to properties or government facilities across the country? Because I'm sure, what about the people that are dead that they have shot down? What are you going to say about those people? What about some people too that have been injured? The one Hausa man is complaining that his 19 years old child was just shot at the front of their house. They followed him to the house and then shot him there. So why will we be killing? Even the UK that is arresting people, have they killed anybody? No. No. So I don't understand why the government will fold its arms and wait until things get bad, and when people start reacting, you start arresting them. This is not different from military government. I'm telling you the truth. I don't wonder when things will change. So thank you for listening. Let's have your comment over what Amnesty International is saying.